Hey everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm John Naira, and this is my first time doing this on YouTube. So today I'm going to talk about crimes in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints that our New Zealand Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern supports. Crimes such as breaking employment laws, tax evasion, falsifying work reports, attempted bribery of volunteer employees to keep crimes hidden, and coercion and support of premeditated assaults on volunteer employees. And all this occurred at a gym called A Fitness in Albany, Auckland, New Zealand, which is owned by Callum Blair and Kane Marsh, who go to this church. There are other crimes such as sexual molestation and child abuse, as well as financial theft on house tenants, and threats to cause grievous bodily harm on house tenants also by Renata White, Stephen Skinner and Tuihana White, who are involved with this church. Then there's also the conspiracies of cover-up by the friends and families of Callum Blair and Tuihana White, but also of cover-up by the local community church leaders in Douglas, Jonathan Martin, Sky Nichols and Aaron Hall, as well as impersonating law enforcement authorities. That's Sky Nichols and Aaron Hall. So we'll get to that. Earlier this year, Jacinda Ardern was on State TV on April 9 with Jack Tame, and in that interview she said, every crime in New Zealand is a crime, it should be brought to justice. If her dad, who goes to this church, was assaulted twice at his job in one day, that was supported by those business owners who were breaking employment laws, tax evading, falsifying incident reports, and trying to bribe welfare beneficiaries to cover up their crimes, the police would have booked, charged and sentenced the guy who assaulted her dad. I'll make it clearer for you. If Callum Blair and Kane Marsh hadn't have broken the employment laws to pay an unqualified, uncertified, drug-indulging person in their gym under the table, he wouldn't have assaulted another employee who worked for them for 3 years. Isn't that what Jacinda meant by every crime is a crime and should be brought to justice? I got an idea. How about Jacinda and all the police officers that she handed that case down to allow Callum Blair's Fight Club training prodigy to punch all of them in the temporal lobe all day, and see if they can all recall and explain the events of the assault clearly and in specific detail. Why I'm saying that is because if I myself did that premeditated assault crime, or any other Polynesian here in New Zealand did that premeditated assault crime, I guarantee you we would have been charged. They would have charged us, police would have charged us. The A Fitness gym in Albany, the business owners, they wanted me to accept bribes to commit fraud against the government or on the government, and to keep quiet and make me an accomplice. But that ain't me. I said no, but I said no because of customer safety. I said no because of my safety. I said no because of staff safety, and I said no because of general public health. That's what gyms are meant to be for, health and safety. But you know, all of these events, I'm wondering, is this church what it makes it out to be? When this church's community leaders, local community leaders, Douglas, Jonathan Martin and Sky Nichols, know about Renata White committing a sexual molestation crime, putting his thing in the mouth of a newborn infant baby boy, and they know about his financial theft of house tenants as his mother's tenant representative, and along with Aaron Hall, all three of these church community leaders support the family in their church to cover up these crimes. You gotta wonder, is that a good church? When his mother Tuihana White, who lives in Perth and is a primary school teacher by trade, complains to Douglas Jonathan Martin back here in New Zealand and he goes to Aaron Hall and Sky Nichols and asks them to interrogate and intimidate me for this family's crimes, you know, I begin to wonder, since they're not law authorities by career, then that's impersonating an officer of the law. And I wonder, what is this church up to? Here's the thing. When your son Tuihana molests a newborn infant baby boy and steals tenant finances as your tenant representative to cloak his torment from remembering what he did, clear the beam out of your own eye and your family's eye for covering up the crimes he did, instead of looking for a scapegoat to be your lamb to sacrifice. You claim your son helped me as a homeless person. Ask your son why he tried to take advantage of and steal finances from a homeless guy for. Wasn't your God of this church homeless? Here's the thing. Wasn't he judged by his own country people also to be sacrificed and assaulted? Are you all like your God who was assaulted and sacrificed? Or are you like Pontius Pilate and the deceitful apostles who did the sacrificing? Let's get on to Sky Nichols. Sky Nichols is an Australian living here in New Zealand. He claimed or quoted that he's exempt as a church leader, as it's like client-attorney privileges, like the Catholic Church. Immediately after making that comment, Catholic priests in his homeland of Australia were charged with hiding knowledge of sex crimes on little children this year. I believe in Australia they call that being a dickhead, mate. Why? Because you're required to keep the community you live in safe. This church teaches they are all obligated to uphold the law. Do all this church's members support sex crimes and theft without punishment? I know Jacinda Ardern supports premeditated assaults and abortion to get political gain. That's called being a terrorist. When you're a member of this church, like her dad, you're not exempt from indulging or from divulging sex abuse crimes. You definitely don't want to indulge that crap. But you're not exempt from divulging sex abuse crimes, assaults, tax evasion, breaking employment laws, and theft you know about. If you hide your knowledge, you're an accomplice to crimes. So what did this church, what does this church teach? Or is that what this church teaches Jacinda Ardern and all its members? To steal from homeless, to molest babies, to study teaching at AUT, Renata White, to work as a primary school teacher covering up child abuse, Tuihana White, to evade taxes at a fitness gym, Callum Blair and Kane Marsh, to tempt and try to coerce welfare beneficiaries to defraud the government by offering under-the-table payment, to incriminate beneficiaries to be equal with your crimes, Kane Marsh and Callum Blair, to assault volunteer employees, Callum Blair, to falsify incident reports to divert justice, Kane Marsh. All of you sacrifice others for your crimes to cover them up. I'm just standing up for the community I was born in, where none of you will. Because, I don't stand up for the law authorities and communities who support these crimes and sacrifice acts. I'm going to finish this off. And to do so, I'm just going to make this one last statement. To be the PM of New Zealand, apparently you just have to denounce the church like the Pharisee apostle and his family, who denounced the house of Israel for Roman citizenship. And the price they had to pay, all they had to pay, which is what Jacinda is doing, and all these people that I've named, is sacrificing her life. That's the only price they had to make. And this is New Zealand, the land of bullshit.